guys, and welcome back to another episode of HampterCraft. Now, as you can see, what I did say in the last episode at the end did come true. I did say I was going to finish off the top section, and as you can see, I did that, I did this, and I started this. Now, this is the very top of the temple. Not the very top, but it is going to be finished in this episode. And that is something very important to me because I've always said when I first started this how easy this was going to be. And it turned out to be pretty easy. It's just the same pattern, but it keeps getting smaller and smaller. So you have to keep making changes to each layer. And we're not even going to get started on the top because it's crazy. So this episode, as you can see, not only did I lay out the walls for here, I did the top section as well. And laid out these little foundation area border thingies. I don't know what to do in the center here. I don't know what to do at the top of it. But first things first, I need to finish off the walls for this area. So I'm just going to get into it, finish the walls up, and come back in spectator mode to show you. And there's mobs everywhere because this area is not lit up the greatest. So, I'm thinking for the walls here, since it goes 3, 2, 2, 3, I just do this. So it's going to be 3, 2, 2, and then 3. So it's just going to be that. And then at the top here, this is a 5, nope, it's a 6. It's a 6. I think what I'm actually going to do is move. No, I can't do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave that open. I have no idea, but I'm just going to go and do it and figure something out. I will be back. Alright, well, it did not take long, but we have one kind of problem. These walls right here are the same as these, but these aren't pushed back at all because that's just, yeah, I didn't think to push them back. So it's kind of just there, and it's kind of blank. And I don't know if I want to fix it at all. I kind of do. But then I'd have to push back every single wall. I didn't know why I didn't think of pushing them back. Because now there's just this space here. I kind of wanted to keep this whole space clean. But at the outside of it, it just looks stupid. So I might come up with some sort of detail to fix that. I don't know. I have no idea. I should have pushed it all back, just to keep with the theme of it. I might actually go redo that. That kind of pisses me off. I didn't think of that. Oh no. I didn't think. God, why am I dumb? Now I gotta redo that. No. Okay. So, another 45 minutes later, because not only did I have to break a lot of blocks, I had to... Shut up, phone, I swear to God. Not only did I have to place a bunch of blah, 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 blah. Alright, that's not getting edited out. Not only did I have to place a bunch of blocks, but I had to destroy a ton of blocks, and I did the whole thing over again. So now you got the details in. But I also realized that the pillars that were holding it up weren't the right block. See, on these, it's the smooth basalt. I had these as the polished, not blackstone. Drip that, no. I forget what it's called. I forget what the whole base here is called. I'll think of it. Oh, deep slate. It was the deep slate blocks, the polished deep slate. So I had to fix that, but now it actually fits with the rest of the build and has all those details. So now I could finally go in and fix all of this. I could put a flooring for this, and I think I know what I'm going to be doing. I say that with caution because I have no idea yet. I don't know why I did these beams. So I'm going to delete all these beams and then do something with the middle, I guess. And then we'll go ahead and do the top. And the top's going to be tricky because I know what style I want to go for, but I've never built in that style. So, well, wish me luck, I guess. Alright, well, I am finally done. This actually wasn't that hard to do. That is so loud. I need to lower my volume. But as you can see, the inside for here is done. I actually figured out I want to put a beacon up here. I want to put that quad beacon down there up here. Just to have it there, you know? So this area right here is done. This is like gate, I guess, guardian, like arches and stuff. Lanterns here on the sides. Just a bunch of little details, some archways. And this open middle area, and then this area above. I don't know how good I'm going to be able to show this. Right there, it's just flat at the moment, but there will be a ton of details up here. I want to start with these. These right here, I want to bring up and make them 2x2. Bring them up like maybe 8 blocks on each side, and then start the final top centerpiece. And finally finish off this build. And then I have an idea with what's going to go up here. I have no idea yet, because if I wanted to put it up there, that wouldn't really work. But I'm going to make something work. So we're going to finally just do it and get it over with. So I'm just going to keep going at it. There's a zombie up there. This whole thing isn't spawn proof yet. So that's kind of a pain in the ass. But this double beacon down there is going to go up here. That's the first thing. You need to shut up. And then we're just going to go along with it. So, yeah. Also, there are people on my TikTok live right now. So if you obviously know me from YouTube, go subscribe. Go follow me on TikTok too, because why the fuck not, you know? I just wish my subscribers on YouTube and my TikTok followers were switched, because I have 1,800 followers on TikTok and 98 on YouTube. So imagine if that was switched, dude. I'd be so into YouTube way more than I am now, because I record like once a week, 3 times a week. If I had that switched, I'd be recording like every other day. So, all right, you need to shut up. I need to lower my volume, and I need to start this. Like, god dang it. Okay, now I realized it froze. I don't know what froze it, but I realized it froze. All right, I don't know what froze my screen, but it froze, and it froze at the end, which is good. Anyways, an hour and a half later, it is now 7:12. I started this around 6:15. Let me just turn around and show you. The top is done. There is now an enclosed roof over the base, but it is not done completely. I still need to do all the detailing, all the nature, all the lamps, the water features I want, all the stuff that is not really necessary to the build's functionality, but it's aesthetic. I still need to do, but I'm not really going to do that on camera because it's just the same thing over and over again. But if I turn around, you'll see the difference. So this is the build at the moment. There's so much going on at the top here. So I basically started off by doing it here. All the walls are done, and then you go inside. Now if I just do a little circle around, you can see all the arches, and this is just a circle. At the moment I still want to do like a fence around here so you can kind of look down. The beacon from down here is no longer there. It is moved up to the top. I made it pink just to match with the actual color scheme. This is the area where the beacon is, and then above it there's another area here. If you look at it from the top, this is what it looks like. I mean, this whole thing at nighttime too. If I turn it to midnight, it's all lit up, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want any dark spots in the base itself, and I think I really accomplished that at the top here. Not only does the beacon beam give off an insane amount of light, but the lanterns on the sides here, the glass that lets the light from this area through up, and all the pillars are just sea lanterns with trapdoors on them. So all of that light from the inside and from the outside is coming up. On the glass we have sea lanterns as well. Sea lanterns here. There's just so much going on in this base at the top, which is what I wanted. I wanted your eyes, when you're at the bottom, to focus up. And if you do, you can't even see up all the way. You have to literally be here. And from the bottom, this is the most hard part. What am I going to do for an interior here? You know what I mean? Like, this whole thing is done. Yeah, it's not lit up yet. it's not done. All these are exposed. You can see the grass. I don't know if I want to keep that or leave it or whatnot, because all the lanterns here do give off an insane amount of light, and they do make this really cool pattern. But, I mean, all the glass, too, at daytime, the whole thing is lit up because of all the glass. That hurt a lot. As you can tell, I'm still sick. I mean, if I really did want to keep all these lanterns on the walls, it's really easy to just put trapdoors on all of them. And I do want to have, like, this is one layer, right? This would be another layer, right? So you have 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, 4 layers, and then the top. So this base is just so big. It's insane. I want to fit everything in here to this base. I am dying. Alright? If I don't record anything after this video, you know I dead. I dead. You know I dead. So I still need to do like the features with all the nature and the walls where this is and stuff like that. I want to have water somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. I still need to do a lot of work to this base, and it's not done. The exterior, the main part is done. Now comes the fun part, which is all the detailing. Which, yeah, it's the same thing over and over again. It's a lot of bone meal, stuff like that. But it doesn't really matter. This is the fun part. This right here, that was the best part. Now the fun part comes with all the detailing. And then the hard part comes with the interior, because I'm not really a good interiorist, interior designer, person, making thing, person, guy. Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyways. Oh my god, this is what happens when I record when I'm sick. I need to do the walls, and the walls are pretty much going to be easy. It's just going to be a bunch of stairs and blocks and lanterns. Just to light the place up again. But other than that, I'm not even going to... you know what? I should map this. So I'm going to map this, and then come back, show you what it's like on the map. Alright, and we're back. This was actually pretty simple, and it's already giving the base so much more detail. So, these little lamps on the side, I actually really liked, and I kind of wanted to duplicate it, so I made a smaller version of them, and they're just everywhere. They're on every corner for every side of the base. They're flat, so it doesn't interfere with the moss, so you can still walk around them, and they're the same everywhere except for up here, because I have something else. I don't know what else I want to do up here. This is supposed to be flat, but I don't know if I want to do more lamps or lanterns or whatever. I'm gonna call them lamps because they are lamps. You know, they're they're just kind of, they stick up. They have some detail on the side, but they still stick up like a street lamp, and they're everywhere up here. So there's plenty of light up here, but I still don't want to keep it just flat. You know, because this is just a flat platform with some detail on it that leads up to this. So, I mean, other than that, if you look at it like this, you can already see how the base goes like this, but then there's some spikes with lights on them. And it actually is getting nighttime, but I'm going to go ahead and set it to actual night for you guys to see that it gives detail off the wings of it, so it doesn't look like complete darkness and it's just a straight pyramid. The details of the build itself on the outside make you focus on the middle up. So when you're looking at the bottom, you can see all these little details and you're going to bounce back to them. And you can't really focus on one spot unless you're focusing on the windows here. Because the windows here are the biggest detail, I guess, on the walls because of the size of them. This is 4x4, this is 3x4, and this is 2x4. But this is 4x4. So it's kind of the biggest thing. And the window with the glass is the only thing, or the only block that's in the middle except for everything else. Everything else is the same palette, but the window in the middle. So you're kind of focusing on that. This opening here is something to draw you to because you could see into it. And when there's detail on the inside there, you're going to want to focus on that. But then the top has that blue from the beacon, so you're going to focus on that. Your eyes are basically just going to bounce everywhere. and I'm not done, obviously, with the walls. These aren't walls, they're lamps on the ends to connect to the walls and have the walls something to connect to, but it's still there. So I'm gonna go now, and for you guys this is gonna be 3 seconds, but for me it's gonna be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40, because I want to go get dinner. It is 7:31 now, and I want to go get dinner. So I'm going to go get dinner. I got to go drive over to Wawa or something. I'm probably going to go get Wawa. You'll probably see me with Wawa in the next clip. But I'm going to go get something to eat. Alright? I'm not ending the video. I'm saying that to me right now so I don't accidentally hit end video. I'm going to go get Wawa. Alright, yes, I know this is very small. Hi, I'm right here. I'm going to take a little break. I did just get Wawa. And I saw my cousin. I fucked with him. Austin, I know you're watching this, so I fuck with you on a good note. You know I love you, but still fuck you. Alright. I'm gonna go relax a little, watch some YouTube, eat my food, and then we'll be back. Alright, well my dinner is all done, and I'm perfectly fine with what I've done during dinner. I was eating and playing at the same time, and this was repetitive. So it's just a bunch of different designs, and they just are they're different every layer, but they are repetitive. Like you got this design here, which is kind of like an M, right? And then these right here. And then if you go here, it's the same one as that one, and then this is the same M as they're the same thing. Then you got these ones, which are kind of small, kind of bigger, kind of small, kind of small, kind of bigger. Kind of small, they're just the same thing. And you get here, it's the same M, and that goes all the way around. And if you see, I've lined them up with, like, this one lines up with the window and stuff like that. Inside here, I hadn't done any work. I didn't want to start that yet. But up here is where the big stuff goes. I was saying how flat this was, and it's still kind of flat, but it has a lot of detail now. I added these lamps on the corners, which are really simple and really easy to do. And then you have these, which are sea lanterns. Let me get in the middle. There. You have sea lanterns behind trapdoors with walls, stairs on the side of those walls, and then on top of the sea lanterns, stairs again. And I did this. There's two, there's two, there's two, and there's two. I did it 8 times. And then on the top here, this was kind of flat still. So I added these little lanterns here to match these ones, right? But those are smaller. So I added them on the corners. And I think from down here, now obviously there's no nature yet, but now it focuses you up to the top, which is what I wanted, because this whole thing is huge, right? This base is massive, and I mean, if I go on the inside, you could tell how big this base is. So I was thinking for here, right in the middle, doing a chandelier from here, like a big ass chandelier that goes down to like here, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what I want to do with the interior yet, but I'm gonna leave this area open. I also want to do a little fence, just to keep people from just like, hey, I can jump down there, and then jumping down. So I'm gonna do a little fence around here. I'm gonna take bone meal and walk around the whole thing here. So I have a bunch of grass and stuff all the way around it all. It's starting to come together, I will say that, but it is getting very repetitive again, because not only do I have to have a lot of bone meal, but I have to walk around everything on every layer and do that again and again and again and stuff like that. So it is getting a little repetitive, but it's fine with me, because obviously look at what we've done so far. And this episode is a little long because I did swear to myself I am going to finish the exterior of this episode. So, although there's been a lot of ups and downs, I've left my computer for a lot of time at once, and I've came back, I'm still doing it, and that's what I want to do. I still want to do it. My microphone's over there in the corner. I don't know how loud that was. Yeah, I'm gonna go bone meal the shit out of this grass. That sounded, whatever. Alright, well, it is now, I think, 40 minutes later. Yeah, just about. I went and naturized everything. And you got a bunch of azalea bushes. I basically just went a lot heavy with bone meal on the bottom because that's pretty much all I needed to do. Was just this was a big area. I wanted to cover it in trees. I didn't want to just do regular oak trees, so I just bone mealed the shit out of a bunch of bushes, and it grew up like this. It's a bit wacky when it goes, and it just stops kind of at this stone brick line, and then you get ones that like bend over. I think it looks nice. And there are 4 corners to the base itself, right? Well, there are also 4 types of 2 tall plants. That being the sunflowers, the lilac, or the peonies, the rosebush, and the lilac. So I did that. I made an outline of the inside and the outside of the wall with them, and then bone mealed the middle. With this one, I just went ahead, bone mealed this, because it's kind of small, and there's not really much I could do to it. So I kind of just did that to, like, if you see this is a bunch of trees and just bone meal. This is a bunch of flowers, like this whole layer, and then this is just bone meal again. So I kind of went bone meal, flowers, bone meal, flowers. And this one, a bunch of blue flowers. This is I forget what this is. I think they're nether sprouts, cornflowers, and the, whatever this one is. This is my favorite type of flower, along with this one. I don't know what this one is. Is that a sad thing? Okay, that's sad. For me, anyways. And then this one right here is a bunch of pink to match the top and the glass and stuff. So this is the pink tulips, the whatever, I think this is the smaller lilacs. And then the budding amethyst, or amethyst clusters, just to match with it, I guess. So this is the whole base on the outside, pretty much done. And that is something for me to say that I didn't think I'd be saying for another month or so. I'm blown away by this, and I didn't think it would be possible, because it's just, this base is so big, and it's so difficult to think of how big this base is. Like, in your mind, you're thinking, oh, this base isn't that big, this is a small base. And then you look at it, and it's huge. Alright? And on the outside, there's so much detail, and you put so much time into something just for the outside to look good. And then you go on the inside, and you see this. Like, I don't know what to do with the inside of this. This is my base, right? This is pretty much ready to move in. But what do I do with it? Like, I know I want to have a villager trading hall. I'll probably have that up here, and have this whole layer, just villagers. I'll probably have this bottom layer, storage, and then this layer here, something else, and I'll probably think of something. I mean, what do I do with the middle? What do I do with up here? This is pretty much just for looks. But I do want to, like, flying in from here, if I just, like, if I went into survival, I'm not going to, though. Actually, not. Flying in from it. That's pretty fun. And I could fly out if I really wanted to. Ah, there's bushes. Like that's fun. That's pretty much why I added this. You can just go in, you can go out, and in again. But, I mean, the base, it's done. And it's huge. It is absolutely tall. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a base that, look at that. Look at that. This is my biggest Minecraft base I've ever built. Aside from the Ocean Monument. But no, the Ocean Monument isn't even as big as this. This has way more blocks than the Ocean Monument base. Look at that. Look, it takes you, like, so long just to get down. And even if you're down on this level, you can't even see it from all the way far away. I mean, if I went on this tree, you still can't even see the whole base. Because of the chunks not loading in like a bitch. That's what we get for having a slow server. There you go. Look at that. I'm so blown away at the size of this and the amount of time that I thought it would take me. I thought it would take me 4 months or 5 months or 6 months. It took me 2.5 months to do, plus a month of gathering, which I'm not even going to count because the gathering process was a pain in the ass anyways. It is for every building project in survival. I'm so blown away to the point where it just looks amazing. Like, for me to be satisfied with the outside is one thing. For me to actually have the patience and the mindset to do this in survival is crazy to me. I never thought I'd be able to do it at all. Like, this is it. This is done. Next episode, I'm going to be moving on to a different project, and then we're going to go and finally do the interior bit by bit. And that's that. Like, this is the base. And that's crazy to me. Like, now, after this episode, I'm going to go play VR and I'm going to relax. Because I'm satisfied. You know, normally I'd be up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, you heard that right. I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning just grinding for the last bit of blocks that I needed. And then I get up. I went up at 12 o'clock, made a TikTok about Wawa, because that's what I had for breakfast today. Got home, ate my breakfast, watched YouTube for the rest of the time, and then said, you know what, screw it, it's time to record at 6:50. And now I'm done. Like, in that amount of time, I got this whole thing done. Just because I kept going at it. It's insane. I know I'm rambling on. For people who don't play Minecraft, or for people who don't really build megabases or mega builds, you don't know the struggle that these things can do to you. You gotta go at it. It took me more than 2 months, 2.5 months, just to do this. And that's not including all the details inside, the blocks that you're going to need for the interior. Like, I want to have this whole thing as the color palette, but I want to have a completely different color palette on the inside. And that's going to be a struggle, because look at how big it is. You know what I mean? It's insane. I love it. I love this damn game, no matter how much of a pain in the ass it is sometimes. I love it. I love it to death. And there's not much I could do at the current moment, because I need to fucking relax. I've done way too much. I can fall through there, can I? Yeah. I just need to relax a little bit. So that is this episode done. I don't know when you're seeing this, because I had to cut it in 3 parts, which means I had to go ahead and edit it and then process it, which is going to take a long time, because I leave my computer on overnight, because my core is old and stuff. So I'm going to edit this video, hop on some VR, watch some YouTube, and then relax. And I'm not going to record Minecraft for the next 2-3 days, just because this project was so big. I'm just going to relax, get together with some friends, do whatever I want to do. Alright? So that being said, I really freaking enjoyed this video. And it was so fun to do. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as me. And that being said, I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye!